We have some big news stories this week that will impact the overall markets, the crypto market, and our friend Unicorn Fart Dust. And of course, we've got some big developments within our community. We're going to cover as well some very, very interesting stories that we are going to look at together. Hey guys, thanks for joining me. Thanks for being down here in the basement. Thanks for being here for Duster Club. Let's do something a little bit different this morning. Let's talk about just the big news stories that are going to impact the markets. I think it's important for us to stay on top of this, and it'll give us all something to talk about while we are at the country club, the Unicorn Club. Hold on one second here. And while you're at it, don't forget to please go out there and repost this. Here's a great post from the Kobesi letter. Key events this week. Okay, guys, big news story today. Okay, Zelensky is going to be meeting with President Trump at the White House. We're maybe going to hear about peace settlements. I don't know, but this could be major news story that will move the markets. We'll see how this all plays out. You never know. You really never know. I'd say it's 50-50 that we'll get some type of major peace announcement. Of course, we want peace. We don't want war. We don't want people dying anywhere in the world. But on Wednesday, we will get the July Fed meeting notes where we're going to hear about the two Fed governors who dissented on the last agreement. This has to do with interest rates. This has to do with money printing. This does have big impacts on the markets. It's a lot of noise, but it's noise that a lot of people, the sheeple, pay attention to. Then we're going to get PMI data on Thursday. That's inflation related. We'll get home sales data on Thursday, but the big news story of this week will be on Friday when Fed Chair Jerome Powell is in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. They have a big international summit of all the central bankers from around the world. I can tell you from experience over the years, this has the makings to be a major market mover, an MMM, okay? I remember, who was the last guy? Not Greenspan, Bernanke. When Bernanke really changed the whole paradigm of the markets, gosh, must have been like 15 years ago with a speech that he gave at Jackson Hole. So this could have a big impact. A lot of people in the crypto world are waiting for interest rates to get cut. Look, that's one of the fundamental shared perspectives between the precious metals community and the crypto community is that the dollar, the fiat dollar, is basically doomed at this point. I hate to have to say that. I mean, I grew up here. I grew up being brainwashed that paper money was valuable. And to some degree, of course, like all of us, I still believe it. What if I flashed here, when I flash this little thing, even this one, right? This little dollar in front of you, right? We believe that it's valuable, but nonetheless, we know the bottom line. We know the big story picture when it comes to the dollar. There's just too much debt. The United States, unfortunately, has gone past the point of no return in terms of the ability to really manage that debt. So what we're doing right now is like rearranging the chairs on the deck of the Titanic. Now, you likely, me, I know for sure, right, have taken steps to at least give ourselves some insurance against the boat going down. I'm not saying the United States we're going to wake up tomorrow and the dollars. Some people do. I don't. Right. But I do believe with a high level of confidence, as I look out, I'm 55 years old. When I look out to 75, 80 years old, that the US dollar at minimum is going to continue at a more rapid pace to lose its real value. Right. And, things that are limited in nature. And now let's talk about our friend Unicorn Fart Dust. Like certain cryptos, things like gold and silver, things like land will likely do very well because you know what? You can't print more unicorn fart dust. You can't make more beans. You can't make more coins. You can't print more gold and silver. You can mine a limited amount. I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say. Even Bitcoin, right? You could say you can't make more Bitcoin, but you can, although the ultimate amount that can be made, of course, is limited. What does it go out till 2030, 2040, something like that? So anyway, that's the big story. The big whopper of the week will be this guy. Where is he? Oh, yeah, let's get him out, huh? I'm not supposed to open this box. What's that coming out of there? Looks like, oh, it's toilet paper, right? This guy is who loves to print money, right? He will be the big. So everybody say hello to Jerome. Hello, Jerome. I think he's cute, and well, anyway. But I don't agree at all with what the Federal Reserve has done to the average Americans in this country. And if you look at the data, there's a website called WTF Happened in 1971. When they took the dollar off the gold standard, the value of the dollar has gone down, down, down. But it's even crazier that since 1971, what is that, 55 years through today? Well, I was born in 1970. So, yeah, 55 years. That's my high-level math skills at work. But it's not just that the dollar has lost value. It's that average Americans have been decimated. The middle class really has been decimated by almost every measure. Again, that website's called WTF, like what the frick happened in 1971. And it's crazy to look at that data. My mom and dad were over yesterday, and my dad and I drove to this pizza place far away, and we were talking, and I was talking about, he was asking about crypto, and hold on, is Susie yelling at me? Hold on one second. Sorry, guys. Are you yelling at me, Susie? Doing something else, but I'm here. Okay. I heard noise upstairs, and I thought something was amiss. Anyway, we were talking about it. He was asking about crypto, and I was telling him about gold and silver, and I'm like, the dollar has just lost value. I said, Dad, think about it. My dad's an awesome guy. He's, I said, think about when I was born, the lifestyle, the middle class. I grew up in the middle class with the best parents in the world, all that great stuff. But we were a middle class family. We had a house. We had 2 cars. My dad worked. My mom worked part-time. We went to Disney World. I went to Disney World, guys, when I was like 10 years old. I think I went twice, actually. Okay. The equivalent person today, the average American, right, that's with a family, with a husband that's doing a middle class job, making one income, and we had 2 cars, we had a nice house. I went to private schools, right? People can't afford that anymore. Those days are bye-bye, gone, right? So when we look at the situation that's occurring, unfortunately, in this country, it's pretty darn scary. And people need to take measures to protect themselves, because guess what? If you can work a calculator and you can look at the amount of debt that we have in this country, it's not going to get any better. I'm sorry I went on a rant. This is supposed to be about unicorn fart dust. Let's talk about Bitcoin. Jack Dorsey. Unicorn fart dust has its origins in St. Louis, Missouri, right? Ties. That's me. Okay. Jack Dorsey, who some people say might be Satoshi Nakamoto, and who has a standing invite to come down here and educate me and us down here in the basement next time he's in St. Louis. We're going to look forward to seeing you, Jack. He's talking about Bitcoin and talking about how Bitcoin has gotten away from its roots. We'll touch on this briefly because we do call ourselves Baby Bitcoin, but this was a very interesting article from Coin Tribune. Jack Dorsey calls to return to Bitcoin's original version. And I'll give you the cliff notes on this one, guys. Basically, what the article said was that Bitcoin really has just become a store of value. Okay. And why is that important? Because look, think about this. The CEO of Coinbase, like 3 months ago, it was a tweet that he put out. I shared it several times, said that he thought Bitcoin and the US dollar had essentially become meme coins, right? And we're a meme coin. So, what Jack is saying is that Satoshi Nakamoto apparently had a vision that Bitcoin, and I'm learning, right? So correct me if I'm wrong, but that Bitcoin would be used as like a peer-to-peer payment system, right? A fair, equal, transparent payment system. And what's happened is that it's become more of a just store of value. People call it digital gold, right? We know. Why is that important? Because we know unicorn fart dust is digital silver. Like gold, physical gold is is for the royalty, and silver is for the gentlemen and gentlewomen. That's the same thing with UFD. But nonetheless, I mean, if you think about it, about Bitcoin, And I'm not casting any shade on Bitcoin. We call ourselves baby Bitcoin. But now all the big financial institutions are involved. Fidelity Investments, Vanguard, BlackRock, all these, like, and that was, I don't think that was Satoshi's original vision, right? Like, they're buying it and hoarding it. So when I think about that, and I'm off in a million different places with this, but when I think about that in terms of unicorn fart dust and what we're doing, like, we are, from our perspective, and we've got a little advantage, right? Like, all of our coins have been minted. They were like 8 months and 1 day ago when we broke through our bonding curve. I kind of feel fancy when I say that type stuff. But guys, we can't make any more unicorn fart dust. That is a big advantage for us. And when you look at it as I guess it's technically a collectible, okay? But when you look at it as a collectible store of value, if that's what I'm allowed to call it, I think we have some big, big advantages. And again, I will say, to the day that I float off, right, that we are baby Bitcoin. Like, we have so, like, and the Bitcoin OGs continue to tell me, I get messages from people saying, I get the same vibes from what we're doing right now in UFD that we get from Bitcoin. All right, let's move on. Here, our friend Murad. I think Murad's up next. No, we're going to talk about NFTs. Look, guys, the NFT projects within Unicorn Fart Dust are awesome. All of them. I don't officially endorse any NFT project. It's all open source, but I can recognize the ones that are doing very, very well. One of them that's done very, very well is Duster Gangs from our friend Gimmicks in Australia, and it's bringing new people into our UFD ecosystem. It's creating value within our UFD ecosystem. No doubt about it in my mind. And here's a great example that I saw yesterday that just reinforced this even further. This came from Dabin. Cross-chain alert. Been looking to snag a Unicorn Fart Dust Duster Gang NFT for the last week or so. Took a minute, but managed to arrange a swap for this bad boy. Shout out to Sticky UFD and at Custom Art UFD for being kind enough to make sure I started with a banger. And I think this is the banger that he's referring to. And isn't that awesome? Man, beautiful art. Thank you, Gimmicks, for everything you're doing with the Duster Gang. We are expanding our reach. We are expanding our ecosystem. And I believe that to be a very, very good thing. Next up, Murad said something simple that I thought was quite powerful. Here we go. He said, you can forever change your life over the next 6 months. You can trade. Look at here, I'll make this full screen. You can trade, which will make your brain smaller. You can buy and hold, right? Which really does give you this ability to relax. Like, you can trade, and try to gamble. You're gambling, okay? Look, I've done it myself. I'm not insulting anybody. And some few people do make money trading, no doubt about it. Most people don't. That's a fact, right? But if we can get some of these people that are trading, getting frustrated, getting stressed out every single day to join our community or join any other community within the crypto world, right, that has a strong community, has a strong mission, a strong sense of purpose, they can set aside all that stress. I can tell you, look, I've been down, I remember the pain, right, of days actually sitting down here in the basement, not cryptocurrency, but with stocks, where I would make big trades trying to make a quick buck, right, and spending an entire day staring at a chart and how stressful that is, and usually not making money and thinking, oh my God, I don't want to do that again. And thankfully, I've been able to, like, not do that anymore. Knock on wood, right? Like, get away from that. I'm telling you, if you're one of those people and you're not having great success and you're causing yourself a lot of stress, consider buying into a project that you believe in and holding. Of course, Unicorn Fart Dust, I think, is a prime candidate for you to consider, but just for your own good, do that. And then you can even dollar cost average daily. So thank you, Mr. Murad, for giving us that one. I want to go out. We need to do at some point here an update on I'm going to go out to Georgie's Oh, shoot, hold on here. Georgie, where's Georgie? Why is that not coming up? There it is, Georgie 42. We are going to do an update on the Little Dusters art contest. And at some point here, yeah, that was from a couple days ago. Okay. Some point here, we're going to have a video out that's going to kind of show all the different art. Again, guys, this was a great project going on in our community, an art contest for all the kids that are out there. Okay. We did a kids art contest. The art will be turned into NFTs. The proceeds from the sale of those NFTs will be donated to a children's cancer charity that's unicorn oriented, which is really, really cool. And we're super, super excited. And thank you, Georgie. Again, hats off to you and everybody out there who's doing all kinds of great stuff. Hey, look, you guys knocked it out of the park yesterday. You know, our sponsors. Today we'll start with Ledger. All right. Very grateful to have Ledger as a sponsor here and keeping it on the desk. That's the Ledger Flex Solana edition. These things are just so awesome. Okay. I mean, I use one of these. Look at that. It just feels good, the Ledger Flex. I also use the Ledger Live app, and I also use the new Ledger Recovery Key. And we are so grateful to have continuing to support us. But most importantly, with Ledger, the fact that it allows people, and they're securing like 20% of the world's crypto right now, people all around the world, right, to keep their crypto safe. Ledger truly is, right, the cryptocurrency hardware wallet security leader. Thank you very much, Ledger, for your continued support of this channel, which allows me to get on here and connect with us fellow unicorn fart dusters on a daily basis. And guys, you knocked it out of the park. There it is right there. MoonPay, our other big, big sponsor. As you know, they're the fintech leader, no doubt about it. Okay, growing, innovating like crazy. Resilient Jack and Nate, who I like to call Nate the Great, kind of spearheaded a MoonPay Appreciation Day yesterday on Sunday, and it was amazing. Okay, the amount of artwork that you guys put out, the amount of posting that you did, really made a difference. And the reason why we can feel good about MoonPay is the quality of the company. They're bringing more and more people into crypto. They just recently announced they have 35 million customer accounts, customers all over the world, over 180 countries throughout the world. But again, right, what I feel so great about with both of these sponsors is that I can sit on here. I will never take a sponsorship from a company that I don't do business with, that I don't believe in 100%. I've always been that way. I've turned down hundreds, honestly, and I'm not bragging. I turned one down this morning, right, of opportunities to do collaboration, sponsorships, you name it, you name it. Okay. I only will work with companies that I can sit here and look you in the eye and say 100% I believe are doing good work, are quality companies, just like what I try to provide you, right, is quality and value. And our project, Unicorn Fart Dust, is providing to the crypto world. Quality, quality, quality. So thanks again to everybody, all of you that made the MoonPay Appreciation Day a great success. And thanks again to both Ledger and MoonPay for sponsoring Ron's Basement. Let's look at a couple of these, just a couple. Okay, there was so much, and these are all, you guys put out some great content surrounding MoonPay, but here's a few that caught my attention yesterday. I don't know what it was about this one, but I don't know. Maybe it's the smile. There it is. He loves MoonPay. That's the happiest little unicorn I've seen in a long time. Let's go over to this one. This one came out from Nando, who put out a ton of great work. We're going to talk more about this tomorrow, but here's just one of their pieces of artwork. Rugs fall fast when MoonPay fuels your blade. Thank you. Right. Another great artwork that certainly, you can't see it. Now you can. There you go. There's the artwork from Nando. They caught everybody's attention yesterday. And here is Nando's profile. Go out and give them a support. We got the blue check mark. Good job, Nando. We appreciate everything that you did. And here's a little fun video. I'm going to share the screen. Let's get down here. I'm going to pause this and we'll start at the beginning, and we will do full screen for your viewing pleasure. Okay, let's open a box. I got a mystery box in the mail. Really had no idea what was in here. Oh, looks like you lost audio. Sorry about that. There was audio with the last video. Another great one. Again, just to wrap up, thank you guys again for the MoonPay Appreciation Day. It was awesome. It was great. So I got this in the mail yesterday. I thought it was something else, so I didn't open. I thought it was actually a package somebody sent me for somebody else. Wound up it wasn't. I've already opened this. I know what's inside, but it is a mystery box, and it was a real surprise when I opened it up. I'm going to show you guys what's in here. Here's the first one. It's coffee. Okay. It is, this first one is just married, but it's Las Vegas coffee. And there was a name on it, Ape Gang Coffee. Check that out. That's the I guess the Bored Ape. Actually, it is, because it says Ape Gang number 3034 on the side. But wait, there's more. Okay, there's more, because look at this. All right, Unicorn Fart Dust Coffee. Check that out. Unicorn Fart Dust Coffee. But let me read to you what it says here on the back. It says, Duster Delight, single origin from Mexico. Savor the deep richness of dark chocolate, complemented by a warm, nutty undertone of roasted hazelnuts and a sweet golden touch of maple syrup. This harmonious blend offers a sophisticated, lingering flavor that's both indulgent and balanced. So there you go, guys. And I don't know who sent this to me, but there's the Unicorn Fart Dust Coffee. I will, as you know, I'm a big coffee drinker. This is a collectible State of Missouri Tervis tumbler. I'm a big coffee drinker. So I'll let you know how this turns out. But I thought that was really cool. Whoever sent it, thank you. It was a very pleasant surprise. Let me show you. Oh, well, that one's shut. One of them was open. Anyway, looks like it got taped shut again. Hold on here. I'm not going to give up. There we go. Oh, look at that. Check that out. Bunch of jelly beans inside there. But I spent some time in the coffee business, and I can tell you this packaging with that seal, this is all really first class. So again, whoever out there in the community made this happen, boy, it smells very good. This will be good coffee. Super excited, and I'll let you guys know how it is when we crack open the first pot of Unicorn Fart Dust coffee. Hold on, Susie's calling. Susie, we got to check in with the boss. For those of you who don't know, this is Upstairs Susie. That is my lovely wife, and we're going to check in with her right now because she's calling. I'm listening. Susie, are you there? Over. The Green King family? The Green King family? Very well. Yeah, when you talk to the walkie, you need to hold it about 6 inches from your mouth. Okay, what did you say? I didn't understand you, sweetheart. Okay, let go of your button. Okay. At Green King Family. Over. Okay. Thank you, at Green King Family, for the coffee. Guys, let's talk about UFD for a moment here. Okay. This is bigger than me. This is bigger than me. This is all about you, all about the community. Okay. That's a good thing. Remember, all right, there were teams of 20 people making meme coins still right now, right? Teams of, that's what everybody told me when I first created. I had no idea what was going on the first couple of days. And they're like, Ron, you don't understand. There's teams being paid millions of dollars of like 20, 30, 40 people trying to create meme coins, and yours has been much more successful. I'm like, well, you made a mistake. It's not mine. I spawned it. I birthed it. I'm the boomer based dev, right? But this is only happening because of the community. And it's been that way absolutely from day one. Okay. I know I'm kind of the guy that showed up every single day so far, like I said I would, and done a live stream. But the reality is, Unicorn Fart Dust is way, way bigger than me. I'm not the CEO. You're as much the CEO as I'm the CEO. We are decentralized. When there's problems in the community, you guys work them out amongst yourselves. When there's opportunities that come up within the community, and there have been plenty, and there will continue to be plenty, you guys are the ones that make it happen. I didn't make the children's art contest happen. It was not my idea. I did not execute it. I did not create the Friday night dance party with DJ Litmus. It was his idea. He executed. He's making it happen. I had no part in saying, hey, we should try to get some UFD decals on a McLaren race car, right? No. Okay. That was community members that made that happen. When we got our billboard in Times Square in New York City, I didn't come up with that idea. I mean, I could go on for the next hour. I won't. This situation is because of you. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Buttercup. Oh, you're not a Buttercup? Are you a duster? Are you a diamond hoof duster? Nonetheless, whether you're Buttercup level, duster, or diamond hooved, this whole situation, this whole massive opportunity that we have in our hooves right now is because of the people. And the beauty behind that, the reason why that's so important, is that the people ultimately dictate the value of any cryptocurrency. That's what it's about. You can look at the chart and, oh, look at this line and chart, and I do it, right? Wedges and MACDs, and I can get real technical, right? But at the end of the day, somebody's calling me. The reality is quite simple, right? The chart is people. Those are people buying beans, selling beans. That will continue. This community is powerful. This community is strong. You are powerful. You are strong. Resilient Jack said it yesterday, right? Like you guys, you don't realize what power you actually harness within yourselves. Okay. All you have to do is try. And that's what you guys are doing. That's what we are doing on a daily basis. And each day that we continue, we do get stronger. Right? We have been through the biggest challenges that any project could ever go through. And what happened? We survived. But not only did we survive, but we got stronger. Oh, and I have something else I need to show you. Hold on one second. Where is it? Okay. All that time that's gone by, right? This jug represents all the UFD beans that have ever been created, ever will be created. All that time that's gone by. I got an email last night from a guy who I've known for years, who's a very successful professional, who just a couple days ago said, I just heard about UFD, Ron. He's somebody that I knew from the gold and silver community. He's like, I bought it. I own XRP. I own Bitcoin. I bought some UFD. That was a few days ago. He emails me yesterday and tells me one of his children bought UFD. Okay. Each day that goes by, the community, which is where our value sits, right, gets stronger and stronger. You cannot make any more beans. So as time goes by and the community gets bigger, eventually we're going to have a bean. You need to get a jug. I'm telling you, this is fun. Okay. And then we'll have a bean. That's the way it works. And I will argue, think about this. If the ultimate value of a meme coin is based on community, really, some people will argue even the ultimate value of most cryptos, because most all cryptos wind up becoming essentially meme coins anyway, comes on down to community. And in UFD, since we did everything backwards and it's working, right? We didn't promise anything. We didn't, no, our community is unlimited. Our community is our utility. That means our utility ultimately is unlimited. Who knows what people are going to come up with today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year? Who knows? You guys are incredible. And I'm not talking to somebody else. I'm talking to you. Okay. There's something you can do. There's something that you can do to make a difference, that you can make a difference in this UFD community. Sure, we want to make a difference in the whole wide world, and we're doing that. I mean, hopefully we're going to have some good money to donate. Any money we donate to this children's cancer charity is a big, big, big deal. Okay. But who knows what is next? If that, oh, I may, yes. Hold on a second. I'm getting spoken to by my boss. You mean you can't hear me shake them when I shake them? They want it. Okay. All right. Thank you, sweetheart. I really appreciate that you letting me know. I'm going to go out right now and turn off noise cancellation. And today will be a double bean shake day. Over. Okay. I guess she's not going to say anything. Hold on, guys. You want to hear the beans? I apologize. Let me go out here to my settings. I don't think you can see this. Audio. And yep, I did. I apologize. That was the computer. Good job, StreamYard. You did a good job. They were canceling out the background noise. So let me repeat to you. There ain't never going to be more beans created. There will be more dusters created. That will create a bean shortage. And eventually we will get to the That is from Crypt Wizard. I'll never forget. It was like a month into UFD, and Crypt Wizard's like telling me, "You need to get a jug. You need to buy 1,000 pounds of jelly beans." I'm like, "What?" It was the best idea ever. Again, that was utility created by the community. Let's check in with the boss and see if you were able to hear my beans shaking. Were they able to hear the beans shaking? Over?
Oh, I heard it, and it came through loud and clear. Over.
Okay. All right. Yeah, what else? Look, dusters, we aren't over yet. Okay. No, we got more to talk about. We've got our mission. We have goals. We have meaning. We have purpose. Most importantly, we have soul. There are people pouring their heart and soul into Unicorn Fart Dust. And if nothing else, at minimum, as time goes by, okay, we know the Lindy effect, right? Day by day by day by day. I mean, it's inevitable, right, that there become fewer and fewer and fewer UFD beans on the market. We will never rug pull anybody. Remember, I own like what, less than 1% of the UFD beans. Our beans are distributed evenly within the market. A lot of people say like as ideal of a distribution as you could ask for. And while we won't do rug pulls, what I have done are rug pushes, right? You know how hard it is to push a rug? Not hard for me. I've bought beans over the last 8 months. All right, guys, have a great day. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you being part of the UFD family. All right, let's have a great day. Take care of yourself. Be well. Be good to yourself. That will give you a nice platform from which to be good to other people. Thank you. I'll see you soon.